Hello there, hello. This is Nicole M. Louie, the Social Worker Strategy Mentor. Today, I'm going to be sharing some important updates because there's quite a lot of things that have been going on in the background that I want to let you know. And I have quite a number of new connections and followers and people that have joined the private Facebook group. So I really want to be able to give some updates. I hope that everyone is well. Drop a comment for me if you can hear me okay and if you can see this live stream good enough. For those that are in the private Facebook community, I am going to be going in there because we've had quite a number of new members, and I want to be able to give you a special welcome and talk to you a bit about the resources that I have in there that are not on my other platforms or in other areas of social media. So I'll explain to you how you can use the platform, how you can use the group to really enhance and move forward your plans and your goals to become fully independent. So in the meantime, you might be wondering, I know I've kind of reappeared. I'm currently away. I've been here abroad for a number of weeks, just having some treatment, having some downtime. And so I'm away in the sun and enjoying it. I have been kind of putting some more content out there, but I'm really eager to know from those of you that I've recently connected with, what content would you like to see me kind of provide? I've had some questions already asked, so I'm going to be doing some content related to that. But I always want to have more coming because oftentimes there's information that I've already got out there, either on the YouTube channel, and you can find that Nicole M. Louie, the Social Worker Strategy Mentor, on YouTube. And I've got lots and lots of videos there. So there's a likelihood there's already information that I've put out about it. Some of it I may need to update, or you might ask the question in a slightly different way, and I could do a new video for that. So you can let me know, because I want to ensure that I'm giving people the information that feels as though it's tailor-made for them. And so I know that there are a lot of questions that are much the same for social workers that want to become independent and don't know where to start or how to start. And so that kind of stuff I've already covered, but there might be some nuances to your particular situation that I can answer for you. And there's always the opportunity to jump on a call with me and have a conversation. I can signpost you and direct you, tell you what I have available already for you, or how we can work together. So that's an option. And that segues me into working with me. I've had some people come to me and say, I want you to be my new mentor and I want you to work with me. And so there are different ways in which you can work with me. I have ways where you can work with me exclusively, where you have complete access to me and I'm not sharing that time with anyone else, just you. And it means it's very, very bespoke. It means whatever questions you have, whatever's going on in your life, the time frame that you're looking at, all of those different things will be tailor-made specifically for you in my program. So I had a couple of people very recently on my program where I've had to tailor my Accelerate Now program because they're kind of already away in their independence, but it meant that we were able to go even deeper and plug the gaps and the holes that they had in their business. And we were able to really look further afield, or shall I say further forward in their goals, and start putting that into the program. And so they got even more help than somebody else would have because of where they were on their journey. So there's one way exclusively one-to-one with me. The other way is in the community. The community, I closed it for enrollment when we finished in spring this year. And so I'm going to be reopening it spring next year because there's some updates and things that I want to do, some additions. I want to put even more content, even more resources in it. And so I'm going to be doing that so that people in there can dive deeper when I do reopen it. So for now, one-to-one is one way that you can work with me. The other way is where you kind of get some mentoring from me so that I'm keeping you accountable, but you're doing much of it on your own. So I'm giving you the tools, the information, telling you what you need to do, giving you the exact steps and direction, and you go off and complete it. And that's usually for people, ideal for people who are highly, highly motivated. They don't have a lot of fears around what they're doing. And even if they do, they are able to push past it themselves and get it done and keep themselves accountable, or have people around them that will keep them accountable. And if you want to know what that accountability actually really means and looks like, I've done a live stream, a video about that. So you can go and look at that either on the platform that you're watching this on, or you can ask me and I'll just try and find it and send it to you. But there's a specific type of way that person has to keep you accountable if it's going to work for you to actually move forward and implement the stuff. And then you'll get some mentoring from me once a month over a 4-month period, which is very different to working one-to-one with me, where you get that weekly for an hour or two. This way is half an hour a month over the 4 months, where I'm keeping you accountable and we're like, what have you done? What do you need to do? Any tweaks we need to make? So there is that, and you get some other bits and pieces with it as a full package, and that's the full boot camp experience. So you're getting a bit of both, bit of best of both worlds, where you're able to move forward. So those are the options and the ways in which you would like me to be your mentor. That's the best way to connect with me. And I want to say also, and you've heard me say this before, I don't work with everyone, because not everyone is really ready to do the work. Not everyone's really committed. A lot of people will talk, but when it comes to actually doing the work and getting it done, they don't do it. They find all the excuses. And so the people that generally have success with me and that I work with are people that know what they want. They might not know how they're going to get there or what it looks like, but they know what they want, and they are willing to invest the time. In particular, they're not keeping money as a barrier to them making progress, whether that's working with me or somebody else or doing a cocktail of both. They are people that are invested in themselves and won't shortchange themselves in any way, shape, or form, but they want to move forward. They'll be committed as far as showing up to sessions. They are committed in terms of wanting to find out and ask questions. They're very, they have a lot of touch points with me, and they remain engaged with the community. And so I have a number of people that I've worked with already that are like that. And those are the people that are really committing. They're committing emotionally, practically, in all ways, because they really believe that they want to be independent and it's something that they want to do. And I'm going to say also that the people that are working with me are people that have a vision of it being beyond themselves. They actually want to help communities. They want to help people. They really want to do social work in the way they envisioned it when they first studied, right? Everyone's got the polar opposite of, starting out as a social worker, my dream of being a social worker is going to look like this. And then the reality is kind of like, it's nowhere near what I thought it was going to be like. So, you're able to really be able to dive deep into what you originally wanted to do and actually starting to make that a reality and putting some legs on it, putting some structure around it. And even if you didn't quite have a vision other than I just want to help people, where you are in life and what you've experienced as a social worker would have given you enough information to inform you of what you can do, what you do want to do now, how it will actually look. But you need somebody to kind of support you and help you put meat to the bones and actually get it done. So that's how you work with me. So if you're out there and you've DM'd me and you want me to be your mentor, those are the ways. The best thing to do is DM me the word launcher and we can jump on a call and I can direct you. Sometimes it may not be me. It may be that you need to do some other things before you're ready to really work with me. And so that's I'll be completely honest with you about that. And I'll always kind of keep in touch, and there'll always be free resources that I can direct you to that I have. So don't be afraid, don't be shy to kind of reach out. So those that are in my community on my email list and in my private community, you get exclusive information, especially if you're on the email list. And so before I've gone live, I sent an email to let them know that I'm going live. And so you can also get text notifications. So if you're somebody that's, even if you're not on my mailing list yet, but you would like to know when I'm going live, so you can actually interact and even ask me a question, I can answer it live here for you, then you can go onto the website. And when you sign up, there'll be a place somewhere where you could get text notifications. Can't quite remember where it is, but I'll probably put a link in the comment section of this video for you actually. And when you go onto my website, nicolemlouis.com, there'll be a pop-up in kind of gold or mustard that will come up that where you can join the email list and the community. And you will get my 5 simple start as early as. So there is that. Now, one thing that I'm going to be adding to the website, if you haven't gone to it, go and check it out. I'll also pin it in the comments. And I could probably put it as a banner somewhere across here. One thing that I'm going to be updating is a quiz for social workers to be able to complete. The reason why I want to put this quiz is actually something that I created a while ago, but I haven't actually attached it. But I think I'm going to attach it because I want social workers to kind of understand what direction they're headed in. I think sometimes social workers can have a loose idea about independence, but I want you to understand what stage you're at. So there are some stages that I've noticed, 3 stages in particular. You're either an independent seeker, where you're really ready to just become independent. You're a growth seeker where you need to still do some growth work to get to a stage where you can be fully independent, or you're a clarity seeker, and that may be where there are a lot of gaps of things that you don't understand, that you're not sure of. And so for each of those, once you've completed the quiz, you'll actually get a personalized PDF that will come to you. It's about 3 or 4 pages, that will come to you, that will explain kind of the category. So what your goal really is, that will probably resonate with you, what the problems are that you're experiencing as the main feature, 3 particular common areas that for somebody who's a growth seeker, an independent seeker, a clarity seeker will be experiencing, and what the specific solutions are that you should be focusing on. So sometimes I've had people come to me that are talking about them wanting to focus on growing their audience, but they don't actually know what their independence is going to look like, and how they're going to be serving, or who they're going to be serving. So they could be growing the incorrect audience. And so that can be a challenge, because then you've just spent a long time growing an audience that are actually not going to resonate with what you were trying to achieve or what you were trying to do. And so you want it to be far more specific and focused, because you want a pool of people that are going to constantly be diving into your content and who want your content, rather than coming to you and saying, oh, that's kind of okay. Yeah, that's okay today. You know, the past few pieces of content that I've gone out are not really resonating with me. You want your content to always be hitting. So I want you to be clear about where you are in your journey, so that you can actually start focusing in the right direction, your efforts. Okay, so that's that one. What other announcements do I have? So I have some upcoming dates for your diary. First and foremost, regular live streams that I do are on a Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and that's 6 p.m. British Standard Time, and when we're in winter, GMT. And so you can join those. I tend to not announce what the subject is going to be, but I may start doing that and putting it as an event. I may or may not freely register for question, prepare into the topic I do. Another couple of events that I have coming up, one of them is financial wisdom for social care workers. The reason why I'm doing this is because obviously we've had quite a hit kind of around the globe, but obviously in the UK as well. And finances can be difficult for people in terms of managing it, what their options are. And so I've partnered, or collaborating, should I say, with independent and very well known established financial wealth management company in the UK. And so I'm partnering with their partners to be able to put on a couple of days. It's kind of like a masterclass webinar where we're going to be going through a number of topics that are going to help the education industry. Probably all of this will be from the I hope that you can still hear me, because I'm noticing that my thing is freezing. If you can hear me, please do put in the comments that you can hear me okay. There might be some slight glitches because I've got the fan going. Otherwise, I will melt in front of you like an M&M. And it's quite hot, and so the fan keeps the mosquitoes away. So I hope you can hear me. Please do put in the comments if you can't hear me. So yeah, I was saying that we're going to be covering a number of topics, all related, of course, to money, whether it's management, being able to prepare, plan, and manage inflation, looking at banking, mortgages, if you're divorced or you're about to get married, what you should be doing with your finances, insurances, all those types of things we're going to be talking about, but we're doing it from the angle street particularly need information, ask specific questions. Some questions, of course, you will probably need a one-to-one with the financial advisor to get some specific information, but there might be some other specific questions that you have that can be answered that relate to a client in terms of what their options are or your own situation. You can do that anonymously and things like that. So that is one of the events that I have coming up, and that is going to be coming up at the end of October. There is an early bird rate that I have that ends on the 30th in like 10 days time. You know, for you to be able to get it at that rate. I think it's £15 at the moment, but it goes up mentally the closer we get to the your friends, your colleagues be covering, and pertinent and crucial. It's going to be pertinent and crucial information, and so I encourage you to really attend. There'll be a guide, there'll be a workbook, and there'll be resources that will come along with it with each day. There'll be interactive quizzes, polls, and even giveaways. So I encourage you to attend and really focus on this for yourself mainly, but it's going to be able to help you in the work that you do also. So that's one of the things, and that is 30th and 31st of October. The other event that I have coming up is the 27th of November at 7 p.m. GMT. And this is going to be the Let's Do Business Masterclass. This is going to be an event where you will masterclass, and I might attend. I'm thinking about independence, so I'll attend. You can't just be thinking about and toying with the idea of independence. You actually have to be in a space where you are wanting to be independent, and you've not just had ideas, but you've actually started putting pen to paper, or making some inquiries about it, and you got a little stuck as to which direction you go in, or what you should be doing, or how you should be doing it. And this is also suitable for you if you are somebody who knows that you are at your kind of burnout stage, you're getting there, or you've just been going around in circles and you want some specific direction, with how to move forward in it. And so you might even be feeling overwhelmed or burnt out already. But I hope that you're not already at that stage, because the reality is once we get going in that masterclass, I want you to have the momentum to keep going, right? And so you might really be also in a stage where you're feeling that you just really need a change. You need you need a shift. You need to experience a shift where you're fed up of the monotony and the mundane of turning up every, really making the impact that you. And so the whole business is not going to be created by the end of the masterclass, but you would have actually got, overcome the confusion that you may have been experiencing already around it. You would have actually created an action plan that you can go away and start to work on. So you would have pieced together and understood a lot of social workers struggle with this. They're like, I want to do all these different things. And what we're going to do is streamline that and get you decided on a thing, right, that you can move forward with. And so you're going to understand how to use your passion, your skills, and your expertise, and actually have one thing, ideally one. You may still go away with two, but you wouldn't go away with more than that, right, that you can actually pursue. And we're going to actually be looking at your goals. So not just your business goals, if you have any already created. So we're going to create them if you haven't. But what are your personal goals and how does that fit into your life? Because the reality is, you know, you are not just your business and you're not just your personal life. The two will come together if you're talking about being fully independent. And so you need to be realistic and they need to be measurable so that you can actually keep yourself accountable and you can have other people to help keep you accountable, because that's going to certainly increase your success rate of actually making it happen. And so we're going to be discovering the area of your business that you can actually work in, as I said, but looking at more specifically a niche. So you're not just going to be doing something that everyone else is doing. No, this is going to be something very specific that is going to resonate specifically with you and the people that you want to serve. And then we're going to actually create an action plan that you can go away with and actually start implementing, right? So this is something that is for people who are really serious and are ready to start doing the work, because we're going to be doing work while we are in that masterclass. And it's only for a day. It's going to be for a couple of hours. I'm thinking about making it slightly longer because I want there to be space for Q&A. And normally people would have to pay separately for a consultation to have kind of questions answered and things like that, or when they're working with me, but this will be included in it. So I want to give a good amount of time for that. So it's going to be the steps that I've taken, that all my mentees, I give them the steps. I'm going to be giving some of those to you, and strategies as well that you're going to need to know and understand in order to actually start earning an income even before your business is launched, and making sure you're clear about what the blueprint is to be able to do what I'm doing, like be able to go anywhere around the globe and still work, still doing social work, and that my mentees are also creating. And so we're looking at about 22.5 hours, and it will include templates, scripts, and exclusive offers for you. And so that's going to be happening on the 27th of November. So that is currently at a discounted price as well. So it's like £20 to be able to attend that. So again, the earlier you register, the quicker, because the price will likely go up the closer we get to the actual date. So go ahead and book yourself onto that. If you have any questions in the meantime, please do ask me about either of those events that I've shared. Now, as I mentioned, for those of you, and if you're wanting me to mentor you or you want some support, and you don't want to wait for either of those events, you can just DM me the word Leo at when I might be a fit. And if it's not, I can signpost you, direct you to the free content, or make some suggestions about the kind of person you might want to be going to. And if it is, we could talk about how we move you forward. Okay, and I'll certainly have free resources to give you in the least. So that is the announcements for the most part. Now, for those that are in my private Facebook community, I'm going to be doing an additional live in there because I've had some new members come in, and I want to explain how you should actually be using the community to actually move your business forward and your independence. So if you're not in there and you're on any of the other platforms watching this that I'm live streaming to, you can go ahead and apply. It's the Independent Social Workers Exclusive Club. Yes, it's a mouthful, but it is what it is. It's the Independent Social Workers Exclusive Club. And so I'm hoping to see you all there. And for those that are already in there, I look forward to serving you and going live very shortly. So again, if there are any questions that you have, you can put it in the comment section below, and I'm going to put a couple of the links that I mentioned earlier, so you can watch this on the replay and you can go ahead and claim them. So thank you so much for your listening here. I'm back on Thursday, and on Thursday, let me tell you what I'm going to be talking about. because I've written something that people ask about in terms of, should I be a sole trader? Should I be a limited company? How should I be setting it up? And that is just like, well, number one, you need to choose which, or even a CIC and a charity and different, depending on what you want to do. And so I'm going to be talking about that because there's specific structure that I believe is appropriate for independent social workers, regardless of kind of what you're going to be doing. It's really about how you're going to be doing what you're going to be doing that makes a difference. And so I know that you might feel, okay, yeah, but that's connected to the legal entity that you set up. But what I'm saying and what my view is, and what I know to be true, is that you might have a fixed idea or preconceived idea that you have to be within this particular category or legal category in order to do specific things. And that's not necessarily the case if you're focused on running your business in a particular way. So that may not make sense fully right now, but join the live stream and it will, there'll be clarity in what I'm saying. Okay. So I'm going to be doing that on Thursday at 6 p.m. I look forward to seeing you then. And do let me know, as I said, if you've got any ideas of topics that you would like answered. So I'll speak with you soon. Take care.